Welcome back to Crit Couch. I'm Michael.
And I'm Skylar.
We're leaving the Space Invader. Link to the past. Yeah. Video games. Awesome.
The same energy of like, Rick and Morty, 100 years.
100 years.
Oh, goodness. All the stuff with the, like, Justin Roiland.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
boy.
From what it sounds like, he has not really been deeply involved with that show for years and mostly just does his voices from his house. So, like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's... It was kind of like, oh, God.
Oh,
I just got fucking laser bolted.
Those things were rough. And was it N64, those things? I remember, like, man, because I think you had to bomb them? Can you bomb them here?
You cannot.
No? Oh, they're just invulnerable?
Well, we can talk a little more here, because...
Oh, yeah, well, hang back, relax.
Yeah, let the Home Depot specials do their thing.
Yeah.
These are clearly made by contractors.
So if you leave...
I'm sorry. That's rude. There are some really good contractors out there.
Yeah.
If you're not one of them, fuck you.
Well, I was going to say, like, these were clearly made by contractors who clearly did a good job installing the rotary tiles. What, if you leave this room and come back, do they respawn?
Yeah.
So there's somebody who, like, comes back and quickly, like, taves them back down.
Quick, the little green kid's gone. Get him back in place.
Yeah. There is someone doing that, clearly.
We didn't murder him the first time. God damn.
As evident by the, like, storage closet from episode 2.
Yeah.
What are these guys supposed to be? These, like, insect eyeball guys?
I don't know. Cyclops of some sort.
Did they make a return in any other game? I just don't feel like I've...
I don't know. I mean, there are lots of monsters that, like, make returns as...
That is a cool effect.
Yeah. There are a lot of monsters that, like, make returns as kind of different versions of themselves, so it's sometimes hard to say.
You know what I've always wanted is a secret room behind a bookshelf.
That would be fucking killer.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. We're going to try and use the bow and arrow to fix this problem, because...
Oh my God, Michael, you know how my house, you know that little curve right where you can get back into the kitchen or you can turn right into the, like, little office space?
Mm-hmm.
If I closed that off from both sides and just made it look like the wall just continues in the kitchen, A, it would turn my kitchen into a galley kitchen, but B, I could just put a bookshelf there and then have it slide.
Oh my God, I missed everything.
Hidden office. It doesn't matter. I'm telling a fun story.
Welcome to Skylar's architectural decisions about his house.
Yeah. It's the weird thing about, like, so I actually own a house. We got really lucky. And I do mean, like, we got lucky. The only reason we own that house is because an old spiteful man didn't want to sell it to a, like, contract company.
Right. Like, he even, like, took a money hit.
Yeah, he literally did. What was it? He put $41,000 worth of foundation repair into it before he sold it to us.
Jeez.
For no reason other than, like, literally, what he wanted to do is, he specifically said, I want to sell this house to a young couple trying to buy a house. I want to sell it to someone who will live in it and take care of it. He had an offer that was something like, it's like 50,000 over or something by
and his spite said
no.
Yeah,
and he literally didn't take it. Yeah.
Sorry, I just, like, held my sword out and murdered that worm.
Step off my knife. But yeah, that's so, like, I have a house, which is crazy. And I wish it didn't take getting lucky for people to get houses right now. I really hate that that's the case. There are times where it's like, I wish other people could get houses. I will say it was not easy, but it should be easier for people to get into a house.
Oh, yeah.
It really should. But there are moments still right now, because I've rented for a decade plus, where I'm like, oh, right, I can do whatever the fuck I want to this house.
I can sledgehammer everything.
Yeah, like, I fuck this wall if I don't want it. It's like, oh God, there was a support beam in that.
I like how there's just a squid or an octopus like, in the desert for some reason.
Like, I'm the desert octopus. It's really hard to live here. Everything's so dry.
That's why I melted into the sand. That's just the imprint that's left over. Holy crap.
Yeah, my power glove makes me really powerful, as it turns out.
This power glove fucks.
Hey, look, it's another thief.
That guy is grumpy looking.
Check out the cave east of Lake Hylia. Strange and wonderful things live in it.
That's That's what I say when people break into my house.
And then steal all my rupees.
This guy's like Patrick. He lives under a rock. Patrick Star from
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
I got you.
Yeah.
Look, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Like,
You never know. Like, you and I don't... Wait, go back. Why is one of those rocks discolored?
because we can't pick it up yet. There's an upgrade to the Power Glove.
Is it a golden power glove?
It is, actually.
Yeah. I played Zelda 64. Ocarina of Time, that's the word. What were your... When Ocarina of Time came out, and this is... I'm like asking, do you remember how you felt when that game
Oh,
came
yeah,
out?
100%. Like, I mean, I remember...
Because going back and playing it now is a bit of a slog.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I want to say I was in San Antonio at my grandmother's when I got it.
That's cool.
Because I had, you know, like...
It's always fun when you're visiting somewhere and get a new game, especially as a kid, because the
Well,
adults
yeah,
are going to go
yeah.
do the other adulty things.
Well, and so, like,
Yeah.
I
Now we're the adults.
I remember, like, because I would take my consoles, like, I knew how to hook them up to everything and whatever, so, like, I would hook up my grandmother's TV, and I believe the...
Look, I love her stirring her little cauldron.
Yeah. So I remember, like, sitting down and turning it on and seeing the, like, intro screen with, like, Hyrule Field kind of behind the title, and it was like, I did have a very big sense of, like, wow, this is a whole new world sort of thing. So, like, I know, like, I can often be critical of it in retrospect, and it's not that I'm critical of the game and the feelings associated with it. It's that, like, I have a larger issue with the way certain things take up our cultural memory and we lose all of the context around those things.
I can tell you have strong feelings about this because you stopped playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
To be like, look. No, please continue.
Ocarina of Time is a very important game. It has a lot of strong positive emotions. It is important. But I think over time I got very tired of it sitting there in the, like, number 1 or 2 or 3 spot.
Like,
in
this is
games
the
of all
best
time.
game ever.
Well,
yeah.
because, like, part of it's that those lists are usually shit. They're and it's not like the lists themselves have no good metrics. They are like this mix of good design or good feelings or good marketing, and the lists don't differentiate from entry to entry. And so it's like there were lots of things that were doing what Ocarina of Time did that just didn't have the cultural weight of Zelda.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I'm going to talk to this lady.
Yeah.
The smell of rotten fruit. If you give me that mushroom, I can finish my brew.
Oh, we already have the mushroom.
That's she smell. This indicates that Link has been walking around smelling like a rotten fruit the entire time, and everyone's been like, "Look, it's
the gremlin child.
He's in the claws. Just don't say anything."
Yeah.
We all knew what we were getting into when we moved to Hyrule.
I like this, like, stressed out. The idea of, like, the stressed out housewife, you know, or you know, like the husband trying to console the like stressed out half wife. It's like, sweetie, we knew what we were getting into. Like,
I know you meant to say housewife, but it sounded like you said half wife, and I'm just like, did they only finish half the vows? Like, what happened in Hyrule?
He broke into the wedding and stole some shit, so they couldn't finish the. Yeah.
Thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later for something good.
Like, I'm not sure. Do I want it?
Is that her nose?
Yes.
So she's always had the big nose.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember how. I might just have to go a couple screens away and come back.
I actually loved their boss fight in Ocarina of Time, specifically with the mirror shield.
Look how fast she's going at that cauldron.
Yeah, that's what I was commenting on earlier.
So we go inside here.
Yeah, it's funny we're talking about.
And we get the magic powder.
Oh, sweet. Which does what?
Try to sprinkle it on enemies and many other things. So
sprinkle it on your enemies and run, and nobody will know you've committed a crime. That's an old Chappelle Show joke.
Yeah. So, like, if we sprinkle it on this guy, he turns into that.
He turned into a dancing wiener.
He turns into a shriveled dick.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like a hot dog. Can you do me a favor?
What's that?
The next time, like, you and your partner are, like, you know, getting into it, could you just right in the middle just let that laugh out?
It's like a mix of Krusty the Clown and Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah.
The thing about this powder is we don't actually know where it comes from. Like, we gave her the mushroom because she needed it for her brew. She didn't make the powder out of this. And I have this theory that in the back room of that place, there's just a whole bunch of, like, smashed fairy wings and a table with a hammer.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure.
One of the fairies is trying to tell you, but they're in the bottle, so you can't hear them.
Like, the closer you get, the fairies are just, like, banging on the walls of the bottle. Higher, like, we know that place. It's in our deep lore. No!
That's the bad place.
So we're going to go on a little side jaunt. Now that we've got the glove.
Because we were talking about Ocarina of Time, it kind of reminds me, it's like, what's the best 3D Zelda game? And it's what's the game with Amaterasu?
Okami, which I've said before. Yeah.
It's like, what's the best 3D Zelda game? Okami.
I love this particular interaction.
You can just pick him up and throw him in the water, huh?
And they turn into fish.
You devolved him?
I guess.
You send him back and bounced his ass like a rock.
You know, I actually saw an article, I want to say it was on maybe Polygon or something not too long ago, that had that same, like, Okami and I did not get that from there. Like, I always liked Okami as the best.
You've been saying that for years.
Yeah, this is the best version. Part of it's because, I mean, I like the combat in Okami, and that's not like a knock on, like, some of the Zelda combat, but I like the world interactions and the kind of, like, godly, like, the godhood that you come into as Amaterasu.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really cool the way those powers interact with the world.
You know which Zelda games I really like that are, like, offshoots? I really like the Hyrule Warrior games. They're just very...
What do you want, little man? Do you have something to ask me?
I want the flippers.
No, but I don't just give flippers away for free. I sell them for 500 rupees a pair. What do you do?
Quit after all.
One pair of flippers coming up.
Will this let you swim?
I will give you a free bonus with your purchase. I will let you use the magic waterways, which link lakes and rivers. When you see a whirlpool, dive into it. You won't die. You'll never know on your surface.
Does this turn your feet blue?
I don't believe so.
No.
You should be able to swim in even deep water. I like how, like, Link can't swim in any water without flippers.
He looks like he's going, ah, ah,
He looks like he's drinking. I get that he's supposed to be gulping air.
It does look like he's going like, yum, yum, yum.
So the way I make it through water is I just drink it all, right? Like, if I drink it all out of my way. I think that's, like, the most expensive thing in the game. So, but this actually...
Oh, the flippers are?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that costs that much. Like, well, at least in a single expenditure. I think you could, like, spend a lot of money trying to get some of the heart pieces from the gambling or whatever.
I do appreciate you can get a lot of rupees in this game. I actually, one thing I didn't like about some of the future Zeldas is when you have to go find wallets.
Yeah.
Because you usually don't get the wallets until much later in the game.
Yeah.
So you are just picking up rupee after rupee that is just getting, I don't know, thrown away into the aether, basically.
Mysterious Pond, what will you do? Let's throw some of my belongings in there.
What? Why would you do that? Oh, what's up?
Did you drop this? Yes. I like an honest person. I will give you something better in return. Ba-da-da-da!
Get a magical boomerang! So you can just do that, like, what?
Yeah, it's got sparkles.
Hell yeah. It's my Twilight boomerang. How many items can you throw in
So there's only certain things. So, like, you actually don't get stuff for most items. There's, I accidentally just mashed through that. Did you drop this? I will give this back to you then. Don't drop it again, you slovenly fuck.
You what?
Slovenly fuck?
What is that word?
It means, like, grotesque and gross and, like, dirty.
I've never heard that word.
I like how there's only certain... It's like she only likes certain items herself.
Yeah.
So the other thing we want to throw in...
Is the shield?
Yeah.
Are there other fairies that'll take other items?
There is another specific fairy, yes.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Why do you keep coming into my house and throwing shit into my bedroom? I sleep in this pond, you dirty bastard. Here, maybe if I give you a special shield, you'll go the fuck away.
A totally different shield. Oh,
yeah.
It's even bigger.
This will block fireballs.
Nice.
If you throw an empty bottle in there, you'll also get like I believe a magic, like one that just refills magic potion.
I thought you were about to say you get a fairy. She's like, you get in the bottle.
Take my sister. I am so fucking tired. I have just had it.
She never does the dishes.
Take her to that witch that makes the powder. I just can't. I just can't with her anymore.
It's like a death sentence.
No, sister, no. So this actually ported us to that lake that they were talking about where there was something interesting. So,
is there something interesting?
That little guy just...
What?
Yeah.
He just exploded into babies.
That's like the worst evolutionary trait you could have is
I'm glad I don't trip and fall and explode into 6 tiny versions of myself.
What is it? It's like the Gila what are the Gila monsters? Or like there's the lizards that like they basically break their bones as a defense mechanism.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, nature's metal.
Well,
like there's also the ones that like squirt blood out of their eyes.
I know about those ones. Those are sad.
I earned a lot of rupees by defeating enemies. It's the secret of my success. But you can just take my success away, apparently.
There's a sorry for all my tryptophobic friends. There's a deer that has like holes in its face and head that it uses for like smell, like sense of smell and like marking things, and it just looks like part of its face is like opening up. Yeah, there's so many weird things in nature. I wouldn't have suspected that would be in this cave. Is there a fire rod too?
There is, yeah. We get it later.
Okay.
So this will actually freeze a lot of enemies. It won't freeze everything.
Frozen crab.
I believe you can also. I believe if you freeze them and then hit them with the hammer, they actually like burst.
Did you go
and
into
get
both
magic.
those caves up there?
The other one's just a fairy. Like so, the other one's kind of a bait. You go in there, and you can walk into the room. There's a fairy that'll like refill all your health, but then you can walk into the room that has the.
It's kind of like a hint.
To be like, hey, go outside and look for something suspicious, and because there was one of these walls right outside with that particular type of rock.
To trust such a small child with so many explosives, very ballsy of the community.
There's not actually anything worth getting in here, so I'm just not going to worry about that.
Okay, bye.
Because I have no arrows, and I'm not going to like throw bombs at the little Moldorms to like get into that room that's probably just rupees or more bombs.
But I tell you what, on the next episode of the Crit Couch, we will do something worthwhile.
We are. We're actually going to head up to Death Mountain.
Hell yeah.
Next time on Crit Couch, Death Mountain. Ow.
Is there just... Like,
ow.
I love that in like every permutation there is a Death Mountain.
Yep.
Just it's like we're all going to move near this active volcano.